Shalom. First, I want to say, give it all honor, glory, praise, call Allah, Yahweh, Ma'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ma'ashem Kakadash, Rabbi to the elder apostle, great millstone, do well, who have set up to teach us young men this truth. Unselfish to you, Hakim, is laboring in true sincerity, shalom to you. Today, shalom to the Fuak Wap that listen and learn, believe in Yahweh Shah's will. You know, I got a demon, and I do mean a demon out here. You know, he know I come out here on the weekend and teach. So today he decided to, play his little abominable music while I'm out here teaching. But it's all good, man. I'm gonna push on through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ma'ashem Yahweh Shah. So with that being said, matter of fact, since the nigga wanna play this wicked ass music, let's get that. I read my book story. Jake ain't in the mournful spirit like it should be, but they definitely in the mirthful spirit. Seeing this is so-called Christmas, all right, hacks and ass around the corner. And in the spirit of celebrating Christmas, which goes back to Nimrod. All right. Now, this is a lot of you wacky Christians, a lot of you wacky tacky so-called Christians, you celebrate Christmas too. This is against the scriptures. The scriptures speak out and condemn, all right, Christmas. All right. If you read, you will clearly see that. All right. If you was taught, all right, truly taught the scriptures, you will understand that. You wouldn't even need put up lights on your house, on the doorposts. You know, I think they got a fucking reindeer made out of wire with the lights all around it, and the red light in the nose, and Rudolph in his yard and shit. Got the so-called white Saint Nick on the rooftop with the sled, you know what I'm saying? And holding the reins, controlling the fucking reindeer. That's the spirit Jake is. Alright? I'm gonna go right in today. I had some on my mind that I was going to, which I'm gonna touch on. Alright? But first, let's address this. Jeremiah 10, starting at verse 1. Hear ye the word of Yahweh, Ma'ashem Yahweh Shah. Or hear ye the word which Yahweh, Ma'ashem Yahweh Shah, speaking unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, Ma'ashem Yahweh Shah, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. Yeah, all the customs that our people learn from these heathen, all are vain. They all go back to idolatry. The worship of idols, man. That's all they go back to. All the tribes, they worship idols. They don't understand. They don't even understand what they worship. All right, all because they master. All because they master taught them this is slavery. All right. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest. The work of the hands of the workman with the axe. Yeah, that's how it goes. When you go in the forest, cut down trees. All right. the axemen, right? The workmen that wield the axe, cutting down trees. All right, fellas they call. It says they deck it with silver and gold. They deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, and it moves not. Yeah, they cut the tree out the forest. They deck it with these little ornaments and shit. And they got a base post to hold the tree up, all right, so it don't move. Now this is out of the Bible. I'm reading out of the Bible. Let me read that again. It says, for the customs, verse 3, for the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers. And it moved not. So as a little child, you learn what your mama do. Because your daddy already kicked out the house by the time you're a little boy. Your mother's the man want to teach you all these filthy so-called holidays, which are really unholy days. The word holiday means holy day. Ain't none of these days in America holy. All right, none of them. They were all set up to commemorate Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, taking you down, and basically make you rejoice of him taking your ass down. You know, it's like what's that? 4th of July. You Negroes come out here talking about some fucking Independence Day. You ain't even fucking independent. If you were independent, you would be a sovereign nation. But you fucking niggas live up under this devil, and you celebrate his Independence Day. How fucking stupid is that? Cinco de Mayo, so-called Mexicans ain't free. You the tribe of Issachar, you so-called Negro, the tribe of Judah. Where's your independence at? All right, but you yet cut down the tree, all right, and you decking it, all right, learning of the way of the heathen, all right. So that's a cut to all you wacky-tacky Christians, all right, that celebrate that. Because Jake going off, man. Jake go off. Jake, if you went to you Israelites, if you went to Islam, you worship the Arabs, fucking idolatry, worshiping the idols, the moon, the stars. If you're in Christianity, you get into all these Christmas and the fake Easter. See? You don't learn your own customs. The scriptures tell you about the customs, man. All right, now, Paul said, study to show thyself approved. So if you go into words, like I brought up Easter, when you look up the etymology of Easter, it goes back to the Hebrew word Pesach, which means to pass over. Which the Passover was established with the Most High Heavenly Father delivered us from under the hand of the Egyptians. You see? That's one of our biggest high holy days outside of the Sabbath. So you're supposed to keep the Passover, which the Passover, you go into it, well, I get it. All right? Because the Passover is a solemn assembly. All right? And you're supposed to keep it throughout your generations. Now, Exodus chapter 12 and 11. And thus shall ye eat. Well, let's go. Exodus 12 and 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, Mashah, and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak, and now that's a cut too, because the Lord ain't give his laws, commandments, statutes to everybody. Only the Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. First and foremost. So this is our customs. It says, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and you shall keep it until up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening, and they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor son at all with water, but roast with fire his head with his legs and with the pointers thereof. So this is the Passover week, right? Verse 10, and ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning you shall burn with fire. You know why? Because this is the beginning, or the first time we kept the Passover, and it was of high importance, all right, of extreme importance, because the Most High was going to deliver us from under the hand of the Egyptians, right? And whoever didn't keep the Passover, the Lord would kill all the firstborn of the Egyptians. You see what I'm saying? So the Passover we're supposed to keep. All right, that's one of our high holy days. You see? But if you tell somebody about the Passover, you tell our people about the Passover, they lost. They lost. And you tell them, they don't think you're talking about a big ass cookout. This is a solemn assembly. This is a serious deal. All right, this is a serious matter, a serious feast. Okay, excuse me. Lucky, I got the sinus infections clearing up. So, like I was saying, before I had to sneeze, lucky. You know, we're supposed to keep the Passover, man. All right. Just bear with me 1 second. Clear my nose. Stocky, I had to clear my nose. It's getting better, but you know, still lingering on. I had a sinus infection, so. Now I got that out the way though. We're going to our Christmas customs vein. of the heathen, right? So now I got out of the way. Now, video, all right, video of me encountering Jake, young man, my age, mid-20s, almost late 20s. I sit around there, 25 to 27 years old. Anyways, he just started working at the gym I go to, one of the gyms I go to. And, you know, he would work out here and there, you know, with some of the guys that come over and work out with me. Now, this was Friday. He volunteered to tell me that he's a pastor. Yeah, I tried to forbid myself from questioning him, but the zeal came upon me, and I had to, you know, look, man, I had to question him calling himself a pastor, because if you call yourself a pastor, you got to go out and teach the word, man. Now, with that being said, you got these simple-minded Negroes. They go to these seminary schools, these theologian seminary schools. They learn from Esau Edom, the so-called white man, all right, on how to manipulate the people. Because so-called church is a hustle. The average Jake know that shit, man. Okay? So-called church is a hustle. All right? The whole premise of that is the so-called pastors get rich, man. While the congregation remain poor, they teach them this fucking prosperity doctrine. That's all this so-called church is about. You know, a nigga get up, put on this thin-ass suit, you know, look like a sucker. All right? I'm going to say that, man. You know, this is my personal opinion. All right? A suit is for a sucker, man. I don't want no goddamn clothes make you feel all naked and shit. But no goddamn suit, man. You feel all naked and shit. I don't like the suits, man. But anyways, though, all right? You know, a nigga going through his best suit, all right? Got a clean-ass, bald face. A grown-ass man with a bald face. Now, make that make sense. All right? Bald-ass head. Usually, if their hair going bald, they usually shave it all off. He got this old fancy hat with the little feathers on the side. The little ribbon going on the top of the hat. And that caught himself trying to pray in front of all these people. Then you got the women. You know, these so-called Christian women, especially the so-called black women. All right, she wore this little skimpy ass, tight ass dress. All right, that's all it's all about. I tell me I'm lying, because my mama would drag us to them places when I was a kid growing up. And I would hate when I would be at her crib, because if I was at her crib on a Saturday night, going to Sunday morning, then I would be forced to go. So as a little kid, I made it my business to do my best to not be at my mom's house. So I made it live with my grandmother. But I hated going there, man. I fucking hated it. Because I know that it was nothing that was interesting to listen to, hear, to anything. Got these old mean ass black bitches being mean to you. You know what I'm saying? So-called pastors and deacons plotting on these the little children. Pedophilia going on. All right? Ain't none of that on the Most High. Now, when I questioned my man, I asked him one thing. I said, now, and I was being patient with him. I said, so you just became a pastor? I said, I don't even been a pastor. He said, almost a year. Now, he said, I said, I be doing Service will not be, they give out food and all those stuff. And I said, oh, y'all giving alms? He didn't know what alms was. I said, oh, you giving alms? Alms cover a multitude of sins. So he was lost. He was lost. He didn't know what to think. So I just questioned him on some basic stuff. And I said, can Esau be saved? Lost it. Now let's get that. Because everybody, like one thing about Jake, that's in these so-called church buildings in the wacky-tacky Christianity, they believe Esau can be saved. And they want Esau to be saved. I just believe, all right, they believe in their mind, all right, that Esau can be saved. Now let's go to the scriptures and see what the Lord's words say. All right. Let's see what the scriptures say about that. And this is New Testament too. Because they like to say, oh, that's the Old Testament. We ain't in the Old Testament no more. But that's a lie, because there's prophecies that go hand in hand with Revelation that's in the Old Testament that they haven't happened yet. They haven't happened yet. So how can you say that the Old Testament is done away with, we live in the Old Testament? That doesn't make sense, man. You don't even know what the word testament means. But anyways, this is a cut right here. Now you say Esau can be saved, right? Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. See? Now how you explain that? What is that talking about? That's talking about, let's go to it. I'm going to get it. It says, sold his birthright, right? So you got to go back to Genesis. This is Paul right here, right? Paul wrote the book of Hebrews, right? So when it says he sold his birthright, well, where did Esau sell his birthright at? In the Old Testament, Genesis 25. I'm sorry, 25, I'm going to read down. And this is the birthright. Then I'm going to get the other part where it says, though he sought it carefully with tears. That's going back to when Isaac was blessing Esau and Jacob. They both got their blessing. All right. And when Esau found out that the birthright, the blessing that he sold, all right, was he found out that it was worth something, all right, worth a lot more than he thought. So he didn't care for it at first. So he realized that, man, I just gave away everything. Which in the spirit, it was already set for Jacob to get it. You can't fool both sides. The Most High programmed us. So we can't fool both sides. You see what I'm saying? Genesis 25:25 or 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. This is Rebekah, the wife of our forefather Isaac. All right, she carried Esau and Jacob within her womb. They were fraternal twins. All right. Verse 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they call his name Esau, which means he's wasted. Or wasted his heat. He was born with no pigment. All right, so you understand. Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. His name was called Jacob. Jacob means supplanter. Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. A score is 20. 60. That's how old our forefather Isaac was, father of Jacob and Esau. It says, verse 27, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. Yeah, so Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. What people are, right now as I speak, the damn devil's so nasty, they'll see a deer get hit, and they'll go up, or they'll see a deer on the side of the road, and they'll go up to it, and they'll rub it to see how warm it is, to see how long ago it was just killed, or how long ago it was till it was killed. If it got a little warmth in it, they'll take the fucking deer up, put it in the back of their pickup truck, take it home, skin it, eat it. And that's what they hunt for too. You so-called white people, but you're the Edomites, whether you like it or not, you're the Edomites, all right? You love to hunt for sport, all right? Jacob don't look, we don't like to hunt unless it's necessary for food. Then we go out and try to get some, find a prey to kill. It's lawful to eat. Well, right now, Jake eat all kind of shit. All right, excuse my French. If you don't like, hey, look, man, I'm gonna use rude speech. All right, but Jake eat like Esau right now. You gotta be honest. All right, the sons of Jacob, for the most part, they eat like Esau. Now, the one of us that came back to Yahweh Shalom Shah when the Most High called us, Lord, when we were chosen as well, but we learned what to eat and what not to eat. See? And the rest of Jake just, they doing whatever. All right, so it says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And wherever you find Jacob at, for the most part, they like to chill in the tents. All right? Now, that's something that we just accustomed to doing. Jake like to chill to be comfortable. He wouldn't have a company. Now, the younger ones, they go out here and there. I went out a few times when I was younger. Well, I'm still young, but I went out a few times in my 20s, teens. You want to see what it's all about. I may able to go there. I had a strategy. When I went to like high school parties and went to the club a few times, I had a strategy. I'm going to get clean, get fresh, go home with something. You know what I'm saying? One of these fine ass chicks. I ain't care about standing there dancing all night, get sweaty and shit. I ain't gonna do all that. But I would, come there towards a little hour or two left, scope the scene out, you know how we do. Show my face one time, I'm talking about it. But no, man, the club is a scene that really is not a good atmosphere. All them spirits in there, man. On top of drinking spirits, liquor, wine. Shit happen in the places. I don't like this thing. He's stuck in my foot. Now I got stuck in my goddamn Jordans. That's how Jake is. So I don't like. I never was with it, man. I never really was with going to the club. I just went a few times. You experience shit here and there. As far as we know with that. But that's all. So most time you see Jake got like a kickback in the crib, invited a few buddies over. Neighborhood, what have you, these are things that go on, all right, Brother Jake, all right. You go to the neighborhood on the weekend, you'll see somebody kick back, you'll see a block there, a lot of cars on it, somebody have a kickback in their crib. Let me continue on Bible. Verse 28, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob side pottage. This is where the one portion of the meat, right? This is where portion of the meat come in. That's why I went to Genesis 25th chapter. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Gotta go all into it now. Since they say Esau can be saved, right? So now we identify Esau, cunning hunter, man of the field, who like to explore things out in the field and earth. It's a so-called white man. All right? We don't like to explore nothing out in the world. No, we don't want to be like no fucking Steve Irwin. We don't want to be a crocodile hunter. You know what I'm saying? That's stuff Esau do. All right? So, it says, Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Jacob was preparing meat. While Jacob prepared it, Esau came near, hunting all day, and exploring shit out the field, and he was faint, he was tired. He asked Jacob to feed him with that same red pottage, all right, raw meat, rare meat, okay? He says, for I'm faint, therefore was his name called Edom. See? Edom means red, all right? Adawam in the Hebrew. Adawam. It says, verse 21, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore to him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So he didn't care about his birthright to begin with. He didn't care about it. He didn't think it was of any value. He sold it. Now when it's time to go get it, jump over to the 27th chapter. He realized the importance of that birthright, which he already, like he sold it. This is the 25th chapter. He sold it, right? To our forefather Jacob. And you go over 2 chapters, this is where he saw it carefully with tears. Going back to what? The Hebrews, the 12th chapter, in the 16th verse. He said what? Though he sought it carefully with tears, for he found no place of repentance, right? Check this out.